Okay, so today we're going to do a little walking tour around Melbourne, well, around Docklands. So I'll just be giving you some little tidbits, moments, stuff, history lessons. Luckily I majored in history at university, so I know a lot about Melbourne. Well, we may as well start here. What we have here, this was back during the, well, of course, Melburnians will never forget it, the big earthquake of '84. And you know, some people wanted these taken down because, as you can see, the earthquake just pushed everything straight up. There are a number of them around, but I think they've done the right thing and kept them as a reminder of what can go wrong when you know, the earth does stuff and makes stuff like this happen. So we've got a number of them here. You might wonder why what these areas are that are different colours. That was from the Great Invasion of '94, but we'll talk about that another day. This is Docklands. We've got the main area of Melbourne over there. What we have here is Melbourne Docklands, and yeah, we have boats. Some small boats, a few big boats, a houseboat, some big boats, some more big boats, and let's just take a wander along here. What we have over here is the hideous building that I'm currently staying in. It is all purple. It was built back, you'd think in the 70s, but I think it was actually built in the, well, I know of course, it was built in the 90s, but they went with a purple exterior, interior theme, carried it all the way through. And, well, we continue along the docks with, yeah, more boats. Docklands was once not a very popular place. It was mainly due to the crocodiles that were inhabiting the area. Not many people would come out here because of that. So they got rid of them back in, oh, I think it was 98, 99. They started eradicating the crocodiles, and then slowly people moved in here, put up some buildings and brought boats. These are the original holding pens for the crocodiles. As you can see, they were quite large creatures. I think the biggest one that they caught out here was 53 meters long. They said they found some of Ned Kelly's armour in it, but no one's been able to verify that. Oh, you might have just seen something move there. No, nothing. Okay, so we'll just continue walking along here. Here's some pieces of wood. This is a toilet. As you can see, it's a prime target for vandals, so they fence it off. You know, you see the vandals have... Yes, exactly. The vandals have written all over it. Quite neatly, I should say. But because of that, they've had to fence off the area. Those rascals. Through here we've got a lovely view. Well, it wouldn't have been a lovely view with all those crocodiles in here, but they're all gone now. So all we have here is the remnants of the massacre that happened. Oh, and some boats. What we have over here is, well, we'll get to that later. We'll just keep walking. And originally Docklands was first discovered by, well, not quite discovered, it was always here. So the first person to come and do something with it, I suppose that's discovered, isn't it? Was Peter Cock. So originally it was actually called Cockland. Actually, a good friend of mine, Mark, he still calls it by Cockland. Oh, we have a TikToker over here, and but yeah, Cockland didn't quite catch on because well, of course, because it's it says cock, and you know, with apples being the prices they are, we can't have that these days. What we have here is just two buildings. This was a failed attempt at. Oh, we might have a inhabitant here. And what it was going to be was a zoo, but it didn't really work out. So they only ever built the two structures, and what about TikToker? And yeah, never really off. I think this held a drop bear, so the drop bear would actually live up mainly in the top there. And if you look through here, you can well, no, you can't see anymore. They've all gone. But yeah, it would have been quite fun actually back here, having drop bears and stuff. Anyway, let's continue our walk along here. As you can see, there was a massive amount of crocodiles in the area, so there's a lot of these pens built. Oh, there's one. No, it's not. Anyway, we'll keep walking up along here. As you can see, it's quite a popular area along here, mainly because of the ease at which one can get drugs along the area. We get a lot of, well, here we go now. This is one of the main players. wanting some drugs, but you know, they're a bit shy. Okay, what do we have here? Pedestrian, watch your step. Okay, so I've got to go this way. Okay. Well, here's an interesting story. As you see here, there's some tracks here that are actually not being used. They end just over here actually. The ones that have been used are over this area. And yeah, it was just a famous story. It was a guy called Mike. He'd been on the he had a late night, been on the drink, and yeah, just he thought it said put it on the left side of the trees, and yeah, it was meant to be on the right. So they did all this, and then they worked out no, it actually should have been over that side. Silly Mike. So these just constantly, these are left here as a constant reminder of Mike. Here we have 7 Melbourne. It's a lot of people don't really like this being here because it reminds them of the 6 other Melbournes that are with us no longer. But again, that's a story for another day. We'll continue. Here we have called Central Pier, and Central Pier, we can probably have a look over the top here. Central Pier was quite a bustling restaurant area, bar, restaurant, prostitution, drugs. But then, yeah, unfortunately some of the crocodiles got out of here. That's why you can see this yellow pipeline along here. That's actually electrical cable, somewhat like an electric fence, just to keep the crocodiles from getting in there, but that was failing, so they had to close it all down, unfortunately. It was not really good times, but oh, hang on, instead of no, it's nothing there. Okay, we'll continue walking up through here. As you can see, it's a beautiful beautiful night in Melbourne. We have the Balti Bridge over here. Usain Bolt, yeah, it's got nothing to do with him. Balti, he was a well, he was a stilt walker. Back in '72, I think he was born, and famous stilt walker. And he actually crossed the Yarra many times on his stilts, actually carrying sheep and apples, so that you can actually see his stilts that they've left there for him, or to commemorate him and his acts of bravery crossing the Yarra. Of course, we had many other bridges, and he could have just walked over here, but good old Bolt, he did that. We have a bin. Now, yeah, through here is quite a sad area for a lot of Melburnians. Just after the earthquake in '83, we had the great tornado of '86, and a very well loved mascot of Melbourne at the time Moomba the Moo Moo cow. Yeah, got caught in the tornado and ended up in this tree. They left her here as a reminder of wind. Anyway, oh, here we have a boat. This is Melbourne, called Melbourne Showboat. Now, of course, I don't need to go into the story about the. Everyone knows the story about the Melbourne Showboat. And of course, by now you're well aware of the crocodile pens that are scattered throughout Docklands, formerly called Docklands, formerly called that part of the river. There's some ducks. Oh, no, that's a bird. Black crocodile. Okay, well, how about we keep walking and we'll go to Marvel Stadium. Now, Marvel Stadium's been here for many years now. I'm sure you'll remember it from the many Avengers story that it's movies that it's been featured in. And also Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and also a very small part in Look Who's Talking 1, 2 and 3. Well, silly me, I'm not using the crossing here, so we'll walk up here to the crossing. Here we have bikes at the bike signalling. Hello, bike person. Here we have a crosswalk and a tram coming. Swan Street, formerly known as Apple Alley. Everyone knows that story. Oh, can I go? No. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, Marvel Stadium, featured in many of the Avengers movies, predominantly in the one of the last movies, Hulk something. Hulk and the Apple, I think. I can't remember that one off the top of my head. It's I'm more of a history person, about history, old stuff. Lovely view from up here. Nice. Oh, you maybe not be able to see Moomba the Moo Moo cow, but yeah, she'll always be in our hearts. So Marvel Stadium, built back in 1927, predominantly with straw bales and some mud and toothpicks, I believe. I'm pretty sure you can't smoke here. Yeah, no smoking. Now we have the Australian flag, the Aboriginal flag, and the, I have no idea, flag. It's a horseshoe of some sort. Once again, no smoking. Let's just enjoy the walk for a while. The peace, the serenity. The wind. Okay, now this part of Marvel Stadium, formerly known as Etihad, formerly known as Magunji, formerly known as Marojo, and Wheelbarrow. This was actually going to join up and be part of the zoo from over this area, but that sadly fell through. Yeah, at one stage they were full of caged animals, just packed. Ah, what a sight. Sadly not anymore. So in here we may be able to get a bit of a glimpse of the gladiator stand. Yes. Okay. So yeah, a lot of you might remember this area from the movies, where Hulk and Thor fought that epic battle in the first Look Who's Talking. And over here we have one of the areas that you can smoke, but yes, we don't put butts in here. No butts in there, just there, as in bottoms. As you can see, there's a lot of building going on around this area. Mainly ill-fated attempts to get the zoo back up and going. Ah, and here we have, yeah, everyone knows this guy. Superman, Spider-Man. And the incredible Hulk, Falcon, and ooh yeah, that's Superwoman, Black Widow, awesome. And here we have, you might remember this from one of the movies, where, there we have a big painting. I don't believe they're life size, but I could be wrong. You're right, I remember these from one of the last Avengers movies, when Hulk sadly got hurt. And these are actually all through here. These are left to remind of how close he came to leaving us all. And these were actually his catheter at the time. Now you've got the insertion tube for the catheter, and well, yeah, of course, all the different tubes for the catheter. I shouldn't really touch it. It's yeah, well, no need to say anything about that. Here we have two girls really surprised. I would have thought they would have chosen something else to paint. Maybe one where they weren't surprised. She looks really scared actually, this one. But yeah, this was the these were two of the girls who were present during the insertion of the catheter. So you can understand their shock at seeing the Hulk have this tube. Well, yeah, we don't need to go there. As you can see, it's ended up everywhere. It's on the walls, it's on the bottom here. He put up quite a fight, but it had to be done. Many buildings around Melbourne. This is called the it's a new building being built called the Hourglass, or is what it's already being called by the locals, Sexy Lady. Which yeah, you can obviously see why, because it looks like a sexy lady. This is a man riding a bike. Here's some paintings of I'm not too sure. That's from the UFC, which I believe stands for ugly funky country. Ugly funky country. But yeah, they don't play that here anymore. Yeah, it didn't really get a lot of crowds. That's why they only had the one seat here. It would happen over here. Yeah, they stopped that back in '64. Here we have cars. And I should point out some trains. Our police headquarters. And we'll just fight our way through this hustle and bustle. These were originally some of the holding tanks for the SeaWorld animals they were putting in the zoo, but once again of little use now. But yes, Melbourne is looking lovely tonight. And again we have Marvel Stadium. And here we have the NAB building, which is stands for no ambulance, baby. Okay, here we have a very, very shoddy attempt at a mini golf course. Only the one fairway, I suppose you would call it. Didn't even bother to put a hole in. Very, very poor effort. Again we have cars. So let's continue our way around the stadium here. been from the earthquake back in '83. A reminder. No motorbike parking within building boundary. Within the building boundary. Here we have some bamboo. Dead. These are some new sculptures from done by a local high school student, Jonathan. Some people bikes on them, but I think that's highly disrespectful. Here we have some more bamboo. Dead. Okay, now we have some a smoke-free zone. Oh, another, just in case you forget. Okay, well, we've been there already. Smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. Lazy. Through here we have connect. Oh, smoke-free zone. I see you. Oh, another smoke-free zone. Have a guess. Smoke-free zone. Dead, dead, dead. Smoke-free zone. More smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. I believe you can't smoke here, but I could be wrong. Some more sculpture. Smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. Oh, look at that. There's some live bamboo. Wow. Soon it will be dead. Smoke-free zone. Smoke-free zone. Oh, smoke-free zone. Ah, see? Someone using Jonathan's sculpture for all the wrong reasons. It's disrespectful. Let's have a quick walk over to Southern Cross Station, formerly known as Spencer Street, formerly known as the place up there where you catch the train. Just a closer look at sexy lady. Is very controversial back in the day. Two bins very close together, but now accepted. Okay, oh, we have some more cars. Some trains. Most of these trains won't be leaving Victoria because most Victorians are morons and don't understand the concept of social distancing and have spread coronavirus everywhere, unfortunately. So here we are coming up to Southern Cross Station. Let's have a little bit of a look over here first. Here's some of the trains going underground. No one knows where they go really. Mystery. Let's have a look over here. Hopefully you can see the roof of Southern Cross Station has been quite controversial over the years. Originally it was flat, like a shed roof, just completely flat. Then back in the big heat wave of '97, it all melted. So they decided to leave it. Yep. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it there with one last view around Melbourne. Oh, sexy lady. Bit of a better view of the roof from here. It's obvious, you can see where it's all melted all the way through here. I mean, such a shame. It did look lovely for a while. It was flat. Yeah, it was very hot that year. I think they should leave it. Okay, have a look around and say bye bye sexy lady and the moon. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed our history lesson around Melbourne. Any questions, be sure to find someone to ask. Thanks.